tenured friends. As long as I remember. I've been fortunate to go through my grade school years with Doobie. We spent 2 college years together and really just been together ever since. That is my man, 50 Grand. He's a really, really good dude. He's a good father. He's a good provider, just a good person all around. So I felt compelled to invite him back to share a few words with us about fatherhood. So please welcome David Higdon.
Hey, man. Amen. Amen. I said amen. Amen. we would do good history, man, finding out where did we get amen from. At some point, I would challenge y'all good people to Google it. You know, everybody got things on our phone. It's important for us to get information about where we come from, what we're saying, and why we're saying it. Amen. So let the chase say amen. Amen. Thank you. First, yes, Du Bois Kelly, he did say, man, we went like 3. And mama know, because she babysitted. You know, that's how I learned about these good people, man, this good family, and I have been touched and embraced, which is such a loving thing. Everybody don't get that, you know. This is my family. It ain't got no blood in me, but in the same context, since 3 years old, we've been bumping gums and hanging, you know, and doing all types of things together. Not bumping gums, but you know, talking a lot. I ain't gonna start that all over again. I can tell you that one. I ain't got to clean that one up. But yeah, me and this good man, in fact, we've been such good friends. When I bust my head, the first time I bust my head and had blood come out my head, he cried before I did. He cried before I did. You know, he started backing up. I'm like, what? He said, you bleeding. My man, go get your mother. First asked me, you know, this is the second time I've been invited, man, and I appreciate him and his church, man, to give the opportunity, man, to share some things to all of y'all in regards to my life and about being a father. It's a blessing, you know. These things, I lie to you not, I've taken for granted, you know, coming up. So you young folks, man, if you know you coming through times, and don't waste this. You know, I got an opportunity, man, to care for somebody that came out of me. These jokers did not ask to be here. So we got a responsibility as fathers to not only take care, but to educate these jokers. Right. Not only put tennis shoes on them, but to put something in their minds so where they can, you know, sustain themselves going forward. All right. I'm not a very, I don't go to church a lot. You might have seen me last time I was in here. You know, and that was last year. And a lot of times, I'm an analytical person, and I get, you know, caught up in the small things, you know. And when I say that is, once you tell me something, I get to looking at it, and I get to analyzing and understanding it. This has got to be this before I follow these things. So I'm fighting myself when it comes down to religion, because I believe it's more of a man-made thing as opposed to a spiritual thing. I'm connected to God all day long. Stop fighting. I don't have no problems with, you know, that part right there. I preach and I share every day, the much I can, because it's coming out of me. You know, to the point where every job I get, whether it's hanging sprinkler work, you know, or putting in cable, or selling cars, or selling houses, or, you know, helping people that come home from prison get jobs. Everything I'm doing is in the name of God, and I'm serving Him. All right. I understand that. I do that to help, you know, people. So I understand that's where my place is, and I hope that at some point everybody, you know, get an understanding why we are here. I've been saved on many occasions. You know, I cleaning up, Lord have mercy. You know, God has saved me on many occasions, and I've asked myself why. You know, plenty of times where I got brothers and sisters that have been gone out of here, have done less than I've done, you know, but, you know, He's called them home earlier than I. So again, I had to stop asking that part and be thankful. You know, I had to be thankful. You're going to come through things at your own period of time, and let me share if you don't mind. I understand a verse, Proverbs 22.6. Is that how you say it? Verse. Thank you. I ain't gonna never lie. Okay. It says, and this is serious, it says, train up a child in a way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Right.
Man, oh man. Coming up, man, my parents, our parents, all of y'all have done as well as you can. You've taught us a lot. I appreciate you. I swear to goodness, we have learned a hell of a lot from you good people, whether it be from putting a nail in a wall, turning a screw, whatever, even about love. We've learned a lot. It's up to us, man, to pass that thing on to ours, because we in tough times. Right now we are in tough times. It's crazy out here. When I say that, I'm talking about in the world, not just in our small community. We got to open up and understand that everything that we do affects our community. Yeah. Whether we are part of it or we sitting back and into the little corner part and trying to just, manage our circle. We understand that, you causing a problem too, because you're not voicing your opinion and not, being a part of the solution. Amen. Understand who you are, what you are here for. I would suggest that we do more research than what they tell us. Find out who we are. Brother from Jamaica, it's a lot of information over there in regards to the Haitian people, how, our history and things that, they wiped out, from the books. But you can't take it from the brain. You have to sit down with these old folks, man, and listen to them. If you get time, record them people, because you got to pass this on to your folks, your kids. Take some time out when you go to see your parents, your grandparents, your, people that are still alive that have come through these times. Take time out, listen to what they're saying, record these things, man, because this we have to pass on to our young folks so they understand who we are and not this booty shaking on the TV that they see. Right. We got to change it. They're not going to change it. They're going to put these things on it because of sales. And we have to be the people that not continue to buy. We control the market. Understand that. People say that all these businesses can. No, we the one that feed them. Because we go out to the Walmart as opposed to the little small store that was right down the street. We subscribe to these things, and we need to be conscious of that and take responsibility. As a young man, I failed to plan. I didn't think that I was going to get past 26, and I lived that way. Swear to goodness, that's what I'm playing. That's how I live. I spent money every day. I partied every day. I ran with women and things of that nature. I'm not glorifying none of these things that I'm saying to you. I'm testifying and letting you know this is not the way. I didn't plan for 46. I didn't plan for kids and things of that nature. So now I'm at that point where I'm okay, because I'm hip to the situation. My focus is different. My focus was that at that time. But now my focus is them. So I'm understanding how things work. Fail to plan, plan to fail, gentlemen. All right? And ladies too. When I say that, we're talking about celebrating daily. Eat what you want, drink what you want, every day. Because today is not, tomorrow's not given to us. That's how we've been living. And come next week, we done used up everything that we done, built. And don't have nothing for it. And I guess goes on to continue, man. I'm going to beat this in your head. You might hear me say it 3 or 4 different times. Plan for 67. We're 45 now. They talking about taking our Social Security. Like, what? I spent 30 years working. You know what? Tell me that it's an entitlement. The government is going to do whatever it is that they want you to do because you're not involved. That's it. We're not vetting these politicians. We need to figure out who is, who we voting for and what they stand for. Right. If we don't, then we're going to get what they give us. Right. All right? So stop celebrating every day. Prepare for our future. And we must love and respect our women. Amen. 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 Man, these are the mothers of the earth, man. They do things that we would never do as men. things that we can't even fathom or even question about even understanding how they do these things, we got to treat them like the queens they are. You know, put them up on a pedestal, but in the same context, you know, communicate. We all have to communicate, understand that, you know, understand their way of communicating is 2 different ways than ours is. Right. But it's okay. It's a yin and a yang. You know, that's how God, he put these things in place. You know, there's a yin and a yang. It's a good and a bad. And I'm not saying either one of us is bad or good. I'm just saying that, you know, we all have a place and there's an understanding. Treat our women with respect. Our young men are watching it. You know, we got these young men walking in and out of these houses with their pants down on the street, things of that nature. But you women letting them in the door. Hold them accountable. All right? Cut that out. You know, stop letting these jokers come in your house and stay in the house and doing things that they ain't supposed to be doing, just not contributing. You know? And if that's your brother or your cousin, say something to him. As far as your man, that's your brother or your cousin, say something to him. You know? Not just that point the finger, but hey, this is where, you know, something is happening. You know, we're all working out here. Everybody is working and, you know, doing something. We can communicate, you know, but you got to be a stand-up person, man, because if we're going to refer you, understand that that's not just you, that's us. Amen. Right. You know? So take responsibility, setting the example as the father. Whew. When things get tough, man, we are the ones that are looked upon to be able to solve these problems. Yes. We can't fold. You know, even times when, you know, it's folding time. You know, everything is happening. You got pressure, family, you know, bills, all of these things that are, you know, running against you. You know, you got to stand strong like a tree. That's right. You know, because your parents, your kids, everybody is looking towards you and understanding that this is how we got to react in the same type of situation. So when things get heated and frustrated, that's the time when you are the strongest that you need to be. And you have to be that strong, man. We're not measured as men during times of comfort and convenience, Martin Luther King said. We measure during times of trials and tribulations. You know? So don't think that it's easy and sweet because we can do all types of stuff. Nah. Let me share this too, ladies. And sometimes people get it misunderstood. When we come in the house, you know, the kids want to play with us and it's all fun and dandy. We miss them just as much as they miss you. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Miss them. We miss each other. Y'all get a lot of time with the kids and maybe a lot of times it gets, you know, too much. But it's not a case where we are, you know, coming in and circumventing. We are, you know, happy to see these good folks. And they happy to see us. Give us some time. We're going to do all we can to share, you know, together. I know things get pressure on ladies, you know, because y'all take care of the house, you know, the kids, and work nowadays too. That's a situation. It's a situation, man. And when we're butting heads as family members, you know, the 2 heads of the household, that's the worst thing that can happen. Understand, we have to have understanding for one another. You know, understand that she's going through something and you going through something and we going through this together to build something. Amen. All right? Right. Setting the example as the father, man, please just do what you can to be the role model. When if something happens, you know, don't just let it happen. Come up with a solution. We got to come up with a solution. Politics and responsibility as a citizen and a neighbor. Politics is important. You know, I'm be one to tell you I wasn't really involved in politics. Didn't matter to me because I didn't think, you know, my vote mattered. You know, and I'm sorry for that. You know, I take responsibility, you know, for the way we being governed right now. Because if we not involved, we can't say nothing. That's right. You know, we have to get involved. We got to know who we putting in office. I don't know if y'all look and understand that, you know, that brother Ben Jealous, anybody heard? I'm not telling anybody who to vote for, governor and things of that nature, but do your research. You know, there's other candidates other than the people that you're going to hear on TV, you know, or on the radio. You know, they put in front of you who you want them to see. Understand that. So do your research. Look into the paper. You may have to even find a different way of avenue to find these people, but look into it. It's your responsibility. as a citizen of the United States, as a neighbor. Also, people, please stop throwing trash out in your neighborhood.
Right.
What makes you special? That you can just throw your tray, eat your food, and take the bag and throw it out the window. God, I wish I had one of them water guns I could just squirt everybody with. Lord have mercy. Like, what makes you think that you that person that can only throw it out? What if everybody did that? Well, how would we get back and forth to where we're going? It makes absolutely no sense. You know, that's because we don't have responsibility. I'm working with people now that have Section 8 vouchers, helping them purchase homes, you know, renters, making that transition from renting to purchasing a home. A lot of the biggest issue or the concern is, I may have to fix something. Well, don't break it. When you get angry and fussing and all that, don't punch the wall. You know, don't knock the door down, all these different things. You know, because yes, you're going to have to pay for it. Other stuff you will have warranties on. Understand that. You know, you pay for that. You know, all of these things can be achieved. A lot of times, the conversation that I have with people is, I never knew I could do that. You don't know these things because we don't have these conversations. You know, and we need to have them on a daily, weekly basis. When we go to the barber shop, we don't always got to talk about LeBron and them. You know, we can talk about politics. They made politics a taboo. We can't talk about it at work because we might learn something. Right. We in a spot for 8 hours with people that are in the now, that know politics, know about money and finances and stuff, but they say don't talk about that then, because it's gonna mess everything up. Come on, man. They're not gonna tell us anything. We have to get ourselves into the game. The game is being played without us. You know, we struggling and we don't have to. Honestly, when it come down to church, I would think that we would all, you know, when some of this money get passed around, we take one person a week, you know, and get that money to, you know, to help that person out. Because we all in here struggling, every last one of us. You know, if it ain't $1, $1 a week, you know, you get it, then you get it. You know, because that'll help us all out with our bills and things of that nature, or have to fix this and things of that stuff. These are the things that I believe and understand what, you know, church and fellowship is about. Right. So I'm going to end this with my dad. All of y'all, well, I ain't going to say all of y'all, but most of y'all know my dad. Billy Higdon, you know, William Higdon. Neighbor, party man, you know, good dude. Bus driver that have, you know, been in Columbia for a long time. This brother's struggling right now. You know, he got colon cancer, had it removed, but he still got cancer in him. He's struggling right now, man. So I'm gonna ask y'all for some prayers. This is the strongest dude I know, man. I'm talking about, he all I knew as a father. And you know, my father has always had a disability. You know, but ain't nobody, you can't tell him that. You know, he's never been a person that's going to walk and, you know, ask for nothing. You know, he always, that's the thing about what I see in my dad, what makes me feel, you know, so good about being a man. This brother, you know, took nothing from nobody. He always worked, always had a job, looked out for his kids. He didn't have a whole bunch of whatever he had, we had it. You know, and that's including for people in the neighborhood, too. We can come over the house, everybody would come over the house and he would share and spread. You know, everybody know when you hang with Billy, you will have a good time. You know, so I just ask that y'all send our little share of praying for my father, man. Hope that he make it through this whole process. I'm gonna pray for him, whatever the case may be. He's been doing really strong. He's trying his best. You know, it's a tough situation. We all gonna go through, you know, times of tribulations. You know, our folks is getting older. You know, 76 years old. You know, and I pray that, you know, everybody's in good health. So I ask that you also, too, man, take good care of your body. Amen. Pay attention to what you're putting in it. All right. You know, stop eating all of these things that you just irresponsibly throwing it in there. Because it tastes good. You know, and I understand that. You know, it tastes good, it feels good, it's immediate. You know, but these things come out when we, again, if we plan to be 70. Yes. You know, if we plan to be 80 and things of that nature, this is when it's going to come back to bite us. You know, so we have to pay attention to these things, man. And I hope that what I shared today helps, you know, and if it don't, it helped me. Amen. All right. Thank y'all.